Everybody, assalamu alaikum. Hopefully you are doing great. I am also having a fantastic time. I hope you are also doing great. Today I have come here for the first time in front of camera because I want to say something regarding speaking English. Many people of our country try to speak English, but they cannot speak English. We also cannot speak English, though we know a lot of English, but we cannot speak English at all because we have no practice of speaking English. If we try to speak English, then we forget everything. There are many reasons behind it. Because there is a good environment of speaking English in our country. The teaching method of our country is exam oriented. As a result, the students and teachers are not accustomed to speaking English. They do well in the exam. They teach classroom in the classroom well, no doubt. But when it comes to speaking English, the students or teachers both fail to speak English as they have no habit of speaking English. So if anybody wants to speak English, then he must practice English every day. By practicing English every day, one day he will be able to speak English like native speaker. So I can see that many people of our country are doing well in speaking English, as they are making video and speaking English, and they are being successful in this mission. So I think that if I try to speak English, I teach English for a long time, but it is very difficult for us to speak English in front of people because public speaking is very difficult. We have no habit of speaking English in front of people. If we try to speak English, other people look at us, and then we get nervous, we get afraid, and forget everything. There is no good environment in our country. If we try to speak English, then we have to create English environment. Then it will be very easy for us to speak English. English is not so difficult, but regular practice will help us to speak English. So I advise everybody to practice speaking English every day. Without practicing English, it is never possible for anybody to speak English at all, because though we know a lot of English and do well in the exam, but it is not possible for us to speak English because it is not our mother tongue, it's a foreign language. We have to work hard for it. If we want to master this language, then we have to put a lot of emphasis on this language. We have to practice again and again. We have to invest a lot of time for speaking English and learning English. If we can master this language, then our life will be changed. People who know good English, they have good demand in the world, throughout the country, all over the world. People knowing good English may have good job and good salary. So demand of English is increasing day by day. Demand and importance of English all over the world is very is increasing day by day. So the necessity of speaking English cannot be described in words. So we should all try to speak English and learn English. Without learning English, we cannot hope to get a good job in this competitive world. So speaking English is a must, and if we can learn and speak English, then our life can be changed within a short time. But speaking English is not so easy. For this we have to work hard, and we have to make a habit of speaking English. Especially we have to speak English in front of people or in public places. Then our inertia, language phobia and hesitation will be removed. Unless we can overcome these barriers, setbacks, or hindrance, or obstacles of speaking English, we will never be able to speak English. So I think if we practice regularly, then it will be very easy for us to speak English. I think if we try to speak English and in the morning and evening, and if we try to create a good environment for speaking English, then it is easy for us to speak English. Everybody will be able to speak English. But if we don't speak English at all, then then whatever English we know, we cannot speak English at all. We can do well in the exam and good and make good marks in the exam, but speaking English is not the same thing. For this we have to practice English, and we have to speak English in people or public place, then it will be easy. So I advise everybody. I have so many students and I advise them to speak English in front of people or in public places, so that they can be confident, and their confidence level may increase and develop. Without speaking English, they cannot increase their confidence. So speaking English needs a lot of confidence. Without confidence, it is not possible for anybody to speak English. So I don't like to longer this video. Now I want to get leave from this video. Thank you. That's all for